Hey, this is Dani. The channel is You and Me Living Free, and today I want to talk about the top 3 things to remember when you're planning your summer travel, whether you're camping in your minivan camper, in an RV, in a tent, in whatever. You're going out there for the summer and you have travel plans. What are 3 things to consider, which I know most of them you probably already are considering, but here's my take on good workarounds and how I get around each one of these, because each one can be a challenge. Here's number 1. Number 1 is the heat. So this is the summer of 2022. I'm going to talk about specifically right now what is going on. Last summer, huge heat waves, right? I was driving across Idaho and even in Montana where it was literally 100 degrees, 105, 106 degrees, just regular temperature, not even heat index across Idaho and even most of Washington and stuff. So there's 2 things that can help you with summer heat. Number 1 is being in a coastal area. So I love the coast, Washington, Oregon, California. I love that entire West Coast. And the difference in temperature is staggering. I know we know it's cooler at the coast, but still, I had 100 degrees inland in Oregon when I was driving through, 100 degrees. And when I got to the coast, it was 62 degrees. 62 degrees in the middle of a heat wave. It was phenomenal. And then the other thing is being in the mountains, but you have to be not at the base, but you have to be up in the mountains, right? Because we know that for every 1,000 feet you go up in elevation, you're going to lose 3 degrees. So if you are in the Rockies and you're at 10,000 feet elevation, that is 30 degrees cooler than you are down in the valley or at the base of that mountain at whatever town that is or whatever. So you are going to do better. You're going to have relief from the heat if you're on the coast or in the mountains. Those are my strategies because I can't take the heat. I have a minivan that I have converted and I am very minimalist, and so it gets hot in there. Even with all of the things that I do to prepare and everything, there's no way I can be around in 100-degree heat. So okay, let's keep it moving. Okay, so the second thing is gas prices, and we all know this, right? Gas prices. I just heard that California hit $8. Even in Kansas, which I can usually depend on being very reasonable, it's up to $4.70. So what we think is with gas prices, for me, this means for almost everyone that I know or have talked to, it either means no travel, or for most people who still want to travel, it means cutting back. And so what we're having is this ripple effect where people who thought they were going to be flying off to Europe are now going to be driving somewhere or flying nationally instead. People who thought they were going to do a big national trip like I did, I thought maybe I'd do a big trip out to the coast and do Washington, Oregon, California, because even though I traveled for a whole year in my minivan, I still have not explored California to the level that I want to. I still have not done the sequoias, and I have not done the redwoods. There's so much out there that I still want to do, but now is not the time. So what we have is, if you thought that the crowds at the national park would be lessened because of the high gas prices, think again. Because the people who, like I said, it'll be the people who thought they were going to travel internationally. Now some of them are staying local instead. Most people are scaling back, but there's another group that's scaling back to probably where you want to be. So for gas prices, you can literally Google. I'm planning an upcoming trip, and instead of going all the way to the coast, I think I'm going to do Montana, Wyoming, and Colorado. We've got mountains and we've got not the highest gas prices in the country, right? And also I have a few key places I want to be. So what I'm doing as far as gas prices is, I have a big trip, but it's not quite as big as what I was thinking of initially. And also, I'm going to be staying in one place longer. Now, for me, I take extended trips. So maybe even instead of doing a 2-month trip, I might try to do, well, I have somewhere I have to be at the end of August. So I might try to do like a 2.5-month trip. And that way, if I extend the time of my trip and I stay in each location a longer period of time, then it lessens the amount of drive days, lessens the amount of miles, and hopefully cuts down on my cost, because this whole trip is going to cost me probably $1,000 or so in gas just in these couple of months. So budgeting is more important than ever. I'm just committing to not eating on the road and cutting different costs where I can, but just biting the bullet on the gas. And so gas prices are a consideration, but it's just more about planning, more about budgeting, more about saying, okay, this is what I will and won't do, and planning it out. You can Google gas prices in any state. Just do average gas prices in Colorado or whatever. Keep in mind that when you're traveling around these great attractions and national parks, a lot of times they will jack up the prices. So as always, use gasbuddy.com or whatever to find your cheapest prices on gas and fill up at the right spots. Okay, so the third thing is the crowds. The crowds. Again, if you thought that high gas prices would keep the crowds away, think again. So we're still going to have the crowds, and everybody still really wants to travel and really wants to get out there. So I would say just do what is within your power. When I was traveling at the national parks last year, and when they had record high numbers, I still found that if I was willing to go early in the morning, that was the single best thing I could do as a person who's wanted to explore national parks. The single best thing I could do was go first thing in the morning. 5, 6, 7 o'clock. And because a lot of campers want to, naturally, they're on vacation, they want to sleep in, they want to have their coffee, they want to lounge, have breakfast, get to the park around 9 or 10. By 9 or 10, it's too late. The trails that you want to do, all the parking lots are full. The sites that you want to see, everyone's crammed in. And at a lot of the parks last year, and I'm sure it will be the case this year, they would say, park is full. Come try back in 2 or 3 hours, but our park is full. And some parks, you have to do your research, because even at Zion, was it Zion, where they had the busing, you can't even drive through. You have to do it on a bus. So do your research first. So that's what I would say about crowds. Do your research first. And so many things are, go on a Monday. Dude, if you have the biggest attraction you're going to do, call, make sure they're open, and go on a Monday. Don't go on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Do Monday or Tuesday. Do yourself a favor. The biggest attractions are still busy. It doesn't matter what day, but go early in the morning. Those are a few things that I think might really help somebody. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you for being here. And let's do this. I'm planning my summer travel right now, and I'm so excited. I don't know if you can tell from the video if I'm excited or not. It's usually kind of written all over my face. I'm excited, you know it. I'm sad, you know it. All of it. That's why I don't play poker. That, and I hate to lose money. I would rather spend my money on something else. Anyway, that's enough about me. Okay, let's do this. Let's travel this summer. Let's have fun. Let's have some safety and some fun and a little extra planning, a little extra budgeting, and we can all enjoy this summer season. Okay, so sending you a ton of love. Thanks for being here. And don't forget, I have a Patreon. I want to thank my patrons on Patreon. You can join us over there for only $3 a month. That's the lowest tier. That is what it takes to get in, and then you get all the benefits. And I am doing more real-time stuff over there and more behind the scenes. So anyway, if you want to do that, do. Thanks to all the patrons. Thank you for being here, sending a ton of love, and I'll catch you next time.